everyone. It's your man Spin Nation here with my man Riders Up Tim as we are getting ready for the $1.5 million Arkansas Derby at OAKLAWN, and they are excited. A big field in here with the favorite 4-5 Cornucopian. And Tim, what are you thinking, my friend? Is he the one to beat?
Obviously, a lot of people think that, but in my mind, I think the one to beat is still Coal Battle, and I think Cornucopian has a valid chance in here. But look, I just look at Coal Battle and I see one of those horses that you see that are just rare examples of horses with heart. They don't like to lose, and he's 5 for 5 on the dirt. He's the only he tried the turf a couple of times and didn't like that, but he's done nothing wrong on the dirt. And I look for it to really be a race between those two. Cornucopian, though, I think is going to get challenged early on the lead by Speed King. I think that horse last time out, they figured out that he did not want to be off the lead, and they're going to probably put him out there. He's got back-to-back bullets coming into this race, so I look for him to challenge Cornucopian. I'm not sure he can keep up, and he'll be there at the end. I do think it's between these two at the end. I'm going to give a slight edge to Coal Battle over Cornucopian. I think Publisher's one you could put underneath. Obviously, Sandman will be closing. I think Jose will have him in better position. Just a long shot play really quickly. I like Best Friend Rocket as a possibility to maybe finish in third. Big improvement first time out for the coach last time. So let's see if he can take another step forward. But Sandman with Jose this time could be a little interesting. People keep saying he needs more distance. I think he needs better race position. And here we go.
Here we go. And let's see, Cornucopian going for the lead. So is the 5. So is the, okay. We got a battle out for the lead right now.
Just like we thought, Sandman, Cornucopian and Speed King.
Yep, here we go.
And Coal Battle is going to benefit from that hot pace up front.
22 and 2. These two are smoking.
Flying. And this was my concern about Cornucopian, was that Speed King wanted to go so fast that he might make him go too fast. He's inexperienced. He's not gone 2 turns. He's only sprinted. He's going to have to be much the best to hold this because the field is starting to reel him in.
45 and 1. They are flying up front.
Yeah, that's really fast for a 1 1/8 miles.
Look at these two. This is like,
here comes the move by Coal Battle. Coal Battle is starting to reel him in.
And here comes Sandman. Is that Sandman?
That is Sandman, and just like we suspected, Jose had him a lot closer to the pace, and yes, he is a lot closer this time. So that is going to bode well for him. Cornucopian is done.
Done. Here they come down the stretch. They come, and here comes Sandman with a big move down the middle of the track. But who is this coming?
Publisher
is flying right with him. Sandman's all over the track. Publisher trying to get him down the stretch.
The maiden in the Arkansas Derby.
Unbelievable.
And still Sandman. A maiden. And still a maiden. This just blows my mind. This horse, Steve Asmussen, just keeps putting him in these big stakes races, and he's always, always a bridesmaid and never a bride.
Yeah. But Sandman,
great race by Sandman. This is what a lot of people have been talking about for a long time. Everybody keeps saying the inquiry as well, really quickly. So inquiry sign is up. They're going to take a look at that stretch run, I'm sure. But Sandman, everybody keeps saying he wanted more distance. I don't think the problem with the races has been distance. It's been race position. He was way too far back in every race so far. Jose put him in contention early, and that gave him an opportunity. Now, the hot pace definitely helped as well.
Yep.
But Cornucopian, for all of those that thought this was the next coming of Flightline, Secretariat, Man of War, and everybody else, 4th place finish.
4th place finish. Way too fast.
And once again, Sean, we just said this in the Florida Derby. I'm going to say it here in the Arkansas Derby again. Bob Baffert has himself in Cornucopian one hell of a miler.
He does. That Pat Day.
He's got a barn full of milers.
That Pat Day Derby, maybe they just should call it the Bob Baffert Derby this day mile this year, because he could have 6 of the 10 entrants.
He needs to put his horses in there and just take home all the checks.
What an impressive performance! I don't think he ever got close enough to Sandman. I think they'll look at it, but I don't think there'll be enough to take him down there. I think he was a bit too far ahead.
Yeah, frozen up a little bit here. Hopefully,
yeah,
we'll get our feedback. But
there we go. There he is. Yep.
But congratulations. And, you know, we've been saying this a little bit in our chat lately, Sean. Is there anybody, as far as jockey goes, hotter in the nation right now than Jose Ortiz?
He is on fire. Absolutely on fire. Even a horse I was saying earlier that he didn't even win with, had the horse in the perfect position, just didn't have the horse. But he's just riding, just amazing. Since he and Irad went separate ways, the confidence level that he has gotten back is just amazing, you know?
Yeah, he's definitely killing it lately. He's had a couple of good wins today as well, and in addition to this one. So congrats to him and all the connections. Congrats to Mark Cassie. Obviously, Sandman is headed to the Derby, and this obviously puts him into the contention picture a little bit better as well.
No
a lot
doubt.
of people have liked his prospects with the added distance, but now knowing with the ride of Jose, and I would be very surprised if Jose is not on this horse in the Kentucky Derby.
Absolutely. And now it'll be interesting, Tim, if we see that move that Sandman just made halfway down the stretch, and Tastic with his little move down the stretch, we could have some interesting finishing horses down that last eighth of a mile. Could be very interesting in the Derby.
They're still figuring it out. They're 3-year-olds.
Exactly. Well, a great win for Sandman, nonetheless.
Really good win. I mean, a lot of people loved this horse early and just kept waiting for him to find his stride. And I think he's done that today. And I think they've kind of figured it out with him, what they needed to do. Great run again by Publisher. This is one second time out with Flavian Pratt on him. And
getting better and better. Yeah,
that's definitely a huge move forward. But, you know, Sean, it's crazy. He's a maiden, and I'm sure he's got the points to be in the Derby, you know, so it won't surprise me to see him in the Kentucky Derby starting gate as a maiden.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was Bodie Express, right? Bodie Express was a maiden this is our first maiden since Bodie Express. Exactly. When he came in second in the Florida Derby, you know? So really very emphatic win for him for sure. That pace was absurd.
And you know, I think Coal Battle ran a good race, Sean, and was, you know, got the first move. I'm not sure that he saw Sandman coming, but we already know he didn't need to win here. I don't think he loses anything here in defeat as well.
Not at all.
He ran a good race, but I do think that maybe when he ran up against a couple of horses this time, he might have showed his class for the first time.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, but a great story nonetheless.
He's going to be there. It's going to be a great story leading up to the Derby. You know, a horse with big heart for sure. He's done very little wrong in racing, but that may be the first time that I've seen him to where it really showed his class a little bit.
Yeah, and remember, Secretariat came in third in the Woods. So anyone, you don't always have to win to win the Derby. So great job, Sandman.
There we have our payouts. So the 6-3 exacta for $1.2280. The 50-cent try pays $40. Decent payouts. So
not bad at all. Yeah. Congratulations to Connections.
All right, Sean, that does it for this weekend.
Yes, sir. Next weekend, Bluegrass.
And we will be on track for the Bluegrass. So if you're at Keeneland next Saturday, come out and say hello to the Prophets. All of the Trust the Prophets crew will be on track at Keeneland next weekend. Look forward to seeing you all there.
Yep.